Alright guys, sit back and get comfy. It's story time. Everybody wants to know how I found my Fox. So, I thought I'd tell the story in such a way that, like, interestingly enough, I know the history of this car as soon as it came off the car carrier. So, I thought I'd maybe start from that perspective and then I'll get into how I actually came to own it. I think it'll all just make a little bit more sense for you in the end. So, this car landed at a Ford dealership in my very small hometown in the East Kootenays of British Columbia, Canada, November 1992, okay? The gentleman that ordered it, he worked for the Ford dealership. He was from somewhere in Europe. I wish I could remember the place, but it doesn't really matter. He really wanted an American muscle car, and he just happened to set his eyes on this car right here. So special ordered it from the factory. This car didn't come with many options. Airbag, power mirrors, and lumbar. That's it. No AC, no nothing, right? So this car shows up on the car carrier November 1992. Again, I'm in the East Kootenays of British Columbia, Canada. The weather starts to turn in and around November there. There's snow on the ground, whatever. The guy somehow gets it off the car carrier. This fella's so excited he can't stand it. He's got to go for a drive. He takes one zip down Main Street, rear wheel drive, light car, you know the deal. And a little bit of snow on the road. He goes, this is crazy. There's no way I can buy this car. So the car goes into inventory. Okay, so this is technically, I guess, owner number one, but you know, he test drove it kind of thing and never bought it. Now, the gal, this gal that used to cut my hair in my hometown, she bought it, and she owned it for a handful of years, put 52,000 kilometers on it, so 26-ish thousand miles, and then traded it into the Ford dealership for a pickup or whatever. So there it sat, and then it moved its way, it migrated its way from the lot up to the people that own the Ford dealership, up to their yard. Okay, at their house. Okay, so now how I got to get the car. We were family friends with the folks that own this Ford dealership, and they had a 1965 Mustang convertible. Beautiful car. So it was 1997, it was prom, or I was getting ready to go to prom, had a hot date, and I owned a 1988 Ford Ranger, two-wheel drive Ford Ranger at the time. Disastrous truck, but that's not a story for now. Drove my Ranger up to their house to beg and plead if I could borrow their 65 Mustang for prom. They said yes, no problem. For whatever reason while I was up there, I just happened to look across their yard, and here's nothing more than the outline of a car with a car cover on it. And I said, hey, you know, what's under the cover? They said, oh, it's that green Mustang LX that, you know, the gal that cuts hair there, she used to own it. I said, oh yeah, I love that car. What are you guys doing with it? They said, well, I got traded in and we drove it a couple of times, but we thought we might buy it, but really it's up for sale. And I said, well, just out of curiosity, not that I got any money or anything, but how much are you asking for it? And they said, well, $6,000 bucks. I said, oh, gee, you know, $6,000 when you're 17 is like $1 million. Anyway, I'm kind of signing off with them. I'm working my way back to my truck, happy about getting to take the 65 to prom. And the fella that owns the car, he says to me, he goes, hey, do you still got that quad, that 4x4 quad with the plow, the little one or whatever? I said, yeah, we got it. We plow around the house and stuff with it. He goes, well, yeah, we're really looking for something for plowing around the lot, around the new cars and stuff in the wintertime. I said, oh yeah, works great, right? Just like any other quad with a plow, but yeah, it's great. And I said, you know, you can buy them down at Yamaha. And he goes, well, I kind of want yours. I'm like, oh, I don't even know I don't know, maybe I'd sell it. And he goes, well, I'll tell you what, I'll trade you your quad for this car. I went, what? Really? Yeah. I said, listen, just full disclosure here. The quad it hasn't been treated well. I've sunk it in creeks, hunting and fishing. Like, it's a disaster. I've drained milky oil out of it 22 times, at least. He says, no, I'm well aware of all that, and I appreciate you sharing it with me, but I want that quad. I said, listen, don't horse around here. I'll go get it right now. Like, I want that car. He goes, go get it. So I drove back to my house. I loaded up that quad, dropped it off, and I got the keys to the 92 coupe you see behind me. Crazy story. I mean, it's almost one of those stories that you can't believe. It almost seems like it's made up, but no kidding. I traded my quad for this car, and I ended up with a very lightly used, I don't know what you'd call me. I technically say I'm the second owner of it, but you know what I mean? I guess it kind of is. Second official owner that owned it for periods of time and took care of it and whatever. But yeah, that's how I got this coupe. So for all of you that were wondering out there, now you know the story. It's crazy. I warned you. I hope none of you hate me for it, because I've done videos on how hard these cars are getting to find and how expensive they are. And here I sit all those years ago trading a quad for mine. It's wild. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I look forward to chatting with you down below on this one. Till next time. Bye for now.
Subscribers up, or you can give a thumbs up down or a thumbs up up. You have to put a thumbs up, not down thumbs up. Thumbs up. Bye, everybody.